Ooh. Gosh. I'm sure everybody's phone did that. Okay, so just wanted to say thank you so much for joining me today. I'm so sorry about last week. It was just a very rough week, kind of emotional. So here we are now, and we are going to be doing some nail art. So this is the very last week of our alcohol inks. This is what we're doing here. We're doing alcohol inks. And we're also going to be doing some different chromes. So believe it or not, this nail here is actually all hand painted, but it's so cute. It actually looks kind of like little stickers, right? Isn't that cute? So I'm really excited to be able to show you guys how to do this today. If you will excuse my nails, they look a little bit ratchet. So don't look too close, okay? So this is what we're going to do today. So let's go ahead and grab a nail. We'll grab our tip, and we're going to start by just polishing it a nice white, okay? I prefer to use white magic, or I'm trying to think what else we have. We have white, is it white on and black on? Is that something we have? So we're going to just start with white. So we'll go ahead and get this done here. Now, when you're using a product like White Magic or white on or black on, you have to make very, very thin coats. And really, they're so pigmented. A lot of times you can get away with just one. And in our case, I believe we can get away with one today, especially because of all of the artwork we're adding on top of it. All right, so here is our white on. Just a little bit of a streak. Hold on just a second. Also, for those of you that have joined on Facebook, if you could do me the hugest favor, if you would just press share, that would be awesome. And just share, because we're back. We're doing all kinds of things on our Facebook lives. And so that's kind of what we're doing right now. So if you could share, that would be awesome. So I'll go ahead and put this in here and cure it. Now, the next thing we're doing to get this awesome flaky look, we see there's some flakes back here, down along the sides. And then we're also have a little bit of those gold flakes. We're going to grab our flakes, okay? So if you are a Profiles fan, the way that I am, this is what we're going to be using. So we'll be using Pink Lemonade and Shiny Gold. This is both part of the Candy Chrome collection. And for those of you in Canada, this is something that you can get from nailtechstore.ca. They have a wide variety of chromes and things like that from Profiles Backstage. So what these are, this is actually chrome that is not like chopped down, I guess, as much as what you would expect from like the really fine chrome. These are chrome flakes, but it does work similarly to chrome. So we have our white that we cured for 60 seconds, and we're going to grab just a little bit of our chrome. So I'm going to zoom out just a little bit here if I can. There we go. All right, so we're gonna grab it. I just have this little fluffy brush here. It seems to grab a lot. And we're gonna put around our little edges. Let me go ahead and admit someone else. Yay. Oh, she left. Come back. Okay. All right, we're doing our little flakes around our edges. And kind of down here, just kind of just a little accent. You don't want the entire thing all chrome flaked. You just want kind of little splotches, for lack of a better word, if that's a word that we can say. So little splotches. And this has a little bit of a sticky layer, so I'm just touching it very, very lightly. I'll move this out of the way. I always put my lids on my chromes and my flakes right away because they will blow everywhere. So if you guys have ever tried to like blow something off, you'll know it blows everywhere and it gets in your face. So, so now we're gonna grab this shiny gold. Ooh, Woo, woo, isn't that nice? And we will take just a couple. We don't want much, just a little bit. So kind of a little chunk here, a little bit here, here, and we're just going to press it down. Now, if you don't like to touch product, I understand a lot of people have allergies, things like that. If you don't like to touch product, that's totally fine. You can use a little silicone tool. So if you need, you can use that to kind of rub it in. It also kind of smashes it down and moves it around a little bit. So go kind of smash that down. Now, this is just our base. This is just what we kind of have as our base. Now, because we're going to be doing alcohol ink, we actually want this to be a matte finish because we want a lot of control. Okay, so I will grab our matte top coat and we will put it on here. There are a lot of matte top coats out there. It does not matter the one that you choose to use, as long as it's matte. It seems to give you a lot of control when you're using your alcohol inks. It's just, I know it's a very interesting, I guess, conundrum, phenomenon, something like that. So make sure you get it nice and heavy. I think I must be getting down to the bottom of my bottle. That's okay. Here we go. So when we cure this, it's going to look like we just lost all of our shine and glitz and glam. Don't worry, it will come back when we're done and we do a beautiful shiny top coat over the entire thing. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and cure this. And we're gonna cure it for a full 60 seconds, okay? So I'll show you what I mean. So this is the one that I had done earlier. So you can see just around the edges and a little bit of those little flakes, how cute they were. So we did the matte top coat, and then we were able to come through and actually paint these little dragonflies right through the entire nail, and it just turned out really cute. We do a little bit of highlighting with our black and white and then top coat the entire thing. So very, very, very easy. I know I say that. It's so easy. And people get all frustrated. No, really, it is. I'll show you. It'll be easy. All right. So while that is curing, I'm going to grab my palette. You guys know about my palette. I always have my little palette. So here's my palette here. We can put it over here, kind of in the corner, out of the way. And okay, so you know what's on my nails? Don't look too close. They're kind of like beat up, you guys, but Crumb is on my nails, one of the candy crumbs, but it's over red. And we're actually going to talk about that at the end of class today because I want to show everybody, we're going to do just a couple chrome basics after we're done with this awesome nail. And with those chrome basics, I'm going to show you the difference, what they look like on black and what they look like on white. Okay, so that's going to be really great at the end of class. Okay, so we have our palette. So this is where we grab our inks and we're going to drop them on our palette. So I'm just going to grab some color here, drop it on the palette. You guys, you know what it looks like. But I'll show you. So there's yellow. We're going to throw some green on here. And then some of the purples and blues. I've really, really enjoyed doing the alcohol inks and being able to show you guys these different ways to use them. So for everybody who is watching, have you been able to play with alcohol inks? Everything that I've showed you guys over the last couple weeks, I don't know if you've been able to do anything. I'm hoping so. All right, here's blue. The blueberry is kind of light, so I know that if we mix too much, there we go, a little bit more there. And I do believe I need this one. This is raisin. I am so glad, Mindy, I'm glad you love alcohol inks. You know what's so cool is they're so easy to use to get like that really great marbly effect, but being able to see how to use them in different ways is really exciting as well. So for the first layer of our alcohol inks, we're actually going to be working on our little wings here. Wings here, wings here, okay? So we'll just have to kind of imagine, pull this out a little bit, there we go. All right, we're going to use a brush like this, which this just came from nailtechstore.ca. It's just one of their art brushes. And I always have my little Menda pump, which has alcohol in it. Okay, so Crystal, you have been using Sharpies. Okay, you know what? People have done that as well. I have actually seen where you can take Sharpies, cut them apart, put them into a container, like into a bottle with alcohol, and kind of create your own inks. So I thought that was kind of ingenious as well. So let's do this. So you can see these are all completely dry now. Isn't that, that's just bizarre. But we can take our alcohol on our brush and let's do that big, the big one right in the middle, okay? So, you know, the first place that you drop your brush is always gonna be like the biggest. So you can see how we're doing that. I'll grab a little bit more alcohol. And I'm gonna turn this hand around here. And we'll do a big drop here. And come this way. Maybe make that a little bit bigger. Isn't it pretty? It's just kind of a pretty little color. All right, and then we can grab some of this purpley pink color and we can actually drop it in there just to make it a little bit more vibrant if we want. And then we can add all these different colors. Okay, so white is white. So one of the questions was asked, like, can you make a white alcohol ink? You know, I think if you used white gel polish that you had thinned down with maybe clear, like with a top coat, that you could actually use that with alcohol and it would maybe marble out a little bit. That's an idea. If you do that, let us all know because I want to hear how that turned out. But that's just a thought. What do you think? Anyone else in their chemical minds know how to do that? All right, so remember this is just our very first little layer. It looks kind of, okay, there is white alcohol ink. Okay, so I was just told there is white alcohol ink. So we will have to look that up because that sounds awesome. All right, let's do another little dragonfly down here. I was just trying to think about sometimes like the things that you may have on hand, right? So, because sometimes that's like, you're like, I don't want to have to buy something if it's something I have that I can use at home, right? Or in my nail salon or in my shop. But I do love the idea of being able to use what you have. So we're just kind of using different colors. We're just kind of blending them together. I don't know if you've seen that at all. So where we did that little blue, we can kind of pop in our little red here, give a little different colors. Yeah, that's cute. All right. Oh, okay. So the pink chair, I know who that is. That's Kelly Walton. I know Kelly Walton very well. So if you're looking for white alcohol ink, they have that in Canada at the Pink Chair. In the United States, I am not sure. We're gonna have to do some research for real because it sounds exciting. I wanna find it. That sounds awesome. All right, let's do a little one right here. What do you think? Kind of aiming out the different direction. Yeah, if you don't have it, you want to try and think, how could I make that? So that's what I was like, I would maybe try using some white gel polish. I don't know. We'll have to see. When you guys get your nails done, I want to see them. And if you're not part of my my private group, so I have a group on Facebook. It's Mirage Spa Education group page, but it's for members only. So if you want to join that, go ahead and hop into Facebook, like the Mirage Spa Education page. And then when you do that, we can get you into our private group, and that will be so awesome. I would love that. Kelly is in Canada. Kelly Walton from the Pink Chair, she actually lives in Canada. So she'll ship anywhere in Canada and in the US both. So I love it. Love it. Love it. Okay, so here we just kind of threw some fun colors together. You can kind of see exactly what we're going for. It doesn't look like much until we start getting our black and whites in there, right? And that's always, isn't that always how it goes? Oh, Sandra, I knew what you meant. So for those of you at home on Zoom that are joining with us, we actually have a Facebook Live. We're doing all of it at the same time. So kind of crazy, right? So, all right. Yeah, I think that looks good. Okay, now before we come through and we do our black and white, we actually are going to do some of our highlighting. So this is how I like to do it. I'm going to grab the green and you just kind of go like this. It's just a little bit of shadowing all the way around. Careful not to touch your other alcohol ink that you already did. The reason why, if I were to touch that, then all my alcohol inks are all going to start kind of bleeding together, and we don't want that. So just give a little bit of control here. A little bit, kind of, I thought I would use maybe a little bit of that green as opposed to yellow. Maybe do a little bit of both. Just kind of do a little bit of a wash in the background. Turns out kind of cute. All right. So right now, it really doesn't look like much, right? Okay, hold tight because we're getting ready to make it look great. All right, so I'm going to move palette out of the way. And I am going to use the exact same brush. It's not, I don't have to change. I don't have to get anything extra fancy. So I'm just going to use black and white next, okay? So if you have Black Magic or Black On, I believe is one from Accents, or Gel Play, which is also Accents. Anything that I'm using here, you can get at nailtechstore.ca, that's in Canada, or Profiles Backstage in the United States. So I'm just going to grab this. This is gel. And we are going to start highlighting our little dragonfly, okay? So we're going to start here on the corner and go towards the center. And you know, if you do a very light touch, that is when you are going to get a very nice thin line. So it takes some time to practice how to get those really thin lines. And okay, so that's good. Now with dragonflies, their wings, I almost said petals, their wings are kind of straight across the top, and then they swoop down around the sides. I don't know if you can see that. Kind of swoop down around the side, swoop down there. All right, so we're going to do the same over here. And since it's kind of off the nail already, we're just going to continue going like this. Yeah. All right, so then straight here. Straight here. And nice and rounded and kind of fat on the end. So nice and rounded and fat on the end. All right, that's cute. Cute little nail. All right, let's do the other ones. So we can kind of change direction here. Straight little guy here. Swoop around our edge. Another straight little guy here and swoop around our edge. Now, I teach people a lot about how to use their brushes perpendicular. Do you guys know what that means? If I were to hold the nail sideways like this is what I mean, perpendicular, as opposed to holding it like a pencil where you end up getting a very thick line. Okay, so using your brush perpendicular, that's where you're going to get that really thin little lines. Okay. And same with over here. Now, when you are doing your very first drop, your first place you drop your brush, it's always going to be about the thickest place of your line. I don't know if you knew that. So when you're using less pressure on that little spot there, that's definitely better. All right. Yay. Okay. And then we're going to do another little guy down here. Now, as they get lesser, we want them to be even thinner lines as they're a little tinier, because it's almost like they're in the background, right? Okay. All right, that looks good. So now we're going to do the bodies. Okay. So the body of our little guys, we'll do this big one first. Everyone can see first. Okay. So it's like we have a dot and then another dot. And if you had a dotting tool and you wanted to use that as opposed to your brush, you certainly could. I like how it just kind of, it doesn't quite look like perfect little circles. And then without ever dipping back into your paint, you kind of give it its little antennae. Antennae. I don't know what the word is. Okay, another little dot. Make sure that the dots that you're doing are a good for the body. Okay, so you don't want to have like a giant dot over on this one and then a little tiny dot on the big body. Okay, all right, and then we'll grab this little guy. I like hand painting a lot, but when this one came together, it just came together so cute. And I thought, oh, it looks like little pasty or pasty stickers. I thought, oh, it's really cute. And I like that we could use, alcohol inks, and we could use chrome flakes, and we could use gel paint. It's like just being able to show how to use all kinds of different things, right? A little antenna. Oops, I forgot our antenna on this little guy. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and cure our black. Okay, so we'll cure that next, just because we do not want that black going anywhere. While that is curing, I'll put my black away and I'll clean my brush. Now, do you guys remember how to clean your brushes? I talk about this a lot. Always use gel polish or gel. I always just use a top coat. That's my favorite. So drop that on my palette. See, get all of that out of there. Voila. Let's pull this off. Okay. And then we will grab our white. Actually, before we do our white, we're going to do something a little extra. So I'm going to clean up my palette really quickly. And we are going to grab our top coat, which I'm just using Shine On. I'm going to do a little dollop of Shine On there, a little dollop of Shine On there. And we're going to use a little bit of chrome. Now, I'll just take the lid off so you guys can see. This is chrome from Profiles Backstage. So we're going to use this. I'm going to take a little drop of top coat on our brush, and we're going to dip it in our chrome. We're going to mix it on our palette. All right. Oh, Mindy, you like to hand paint instead of stamp your stickers? I completely understand that. Completely understand that. All right, so we're going to take that little chrome and we're going to use this for a little bit of highlighting. So here's some highlights here. And you see it doesn't really change the color, it just makes it kind of glistening. As all dragonflies are kind of glistening. Plus it gives you a little bit of a window into what we're doing for this whole month of May. Our Mani Mondays every week are going to be about chrome. All of them. So then we're going to grab another. Okay, you missed what color it was. Okay, so this is actually one of the cat's eye stackers. So these are all chrome. And the way that you use them is you mix them with a top coat, such as Outshine, or you can use Shine On. And then you can brush it on and use a magnet, actually, of all things, to make it look like the cat's eye. That's all the rage these days, right? But I do like using it. I'm going to use this color too, to just add little bits of highlights. And you can use this, you don't have to use it as as a cat's eye chrome. You can just use it just as, just the little cat's eye. You can just use it just as just as chrome. So here we go with the second coat. We'll do some different colors here. Once again, it's not changing the color of our dragonflies. It's just adding a little bit of shimmer. A little shimmer. I just thought this was just such a cute little design. Grab a little bit of this though. All right. Okay. So now everyone can see that. Let's cure that. And then the next step is actually white. We're just going to do a couple little highlights. So while that is curing, I'll just clean out my brush again. You will find that I do a lot of mixing my chrome with top coat because you can use it like paint, which is really awesome. Kind of love that. So, all right, so I'm going to use gel play in titanium white. And this, we're just going to do just a couple little highlights. And then we top coat it. That's the magic coat. And it's all done. Yay. And that's just the nail that I had planned today. But I did want to show you something, especially since I missed last week. So I want to show you just some chrome basics today after we finish our cute little dragonfly nail. Kind of get you pumped for the entire month of May. All right, so here's our little guy. And we're just going to do a little bit of highlighting. Okay, so for example, right here, I'll highlight here, highlight here. Just kind of makes it look a little bit rounder. Do that here, a little bit here, and same with here. The little whites are so, it just adds like that little tiny bit of a shine. It's like when you're coloring a cherry or an apple and you add that little tiny bit of a shine at the end. It's a little bit animated, just looks nice. All right. Little bit too much white on there. And then if you wanted to add a little bit across their little bodies or across their little heads, you certainly could. I like that, just a little bit. All right. Okay, let's cure that. So then I will put my gel play away and clean my brush again. But I liked showing you guys that everything can be done with just one brush, right? It doesn't have to be like nothing major, just one brush. It was pretty great. And we will do our top coat, final top coat. And then I get to show you guys some cool stuff with chrome. I hope that's okay. I just feel so bad that I had missed last week. It was just so I had a death in my family unexpectedly, and then I lost a very, very dear friend, which is good as family, all within just a couple of days of each other. And it just took its toll on me. And I was just having one of those days. And so I needed a little bit of a reprieve. And so now I'm doing okay. Doing okay. Okay. So you ready? Here we go. We are going to have, this is my favorite part. You get to see how awesome everything comes together. This is when those sparkles start showing up. Look at that. Isn't that awesome, guys? Tell me that's just not the coolest. You have all those different colors. And you could just do this with just one dragonfly. Even if you wanted to do like the different chrome flakes around the outside, and then just come through and do all your marbling with your alcohol inks on top of that. That gives you an entire look of a nail. I just really like combining the two. So, okay, so I'll go ahead and cure this, and we'll just leave that alone in the lamp over here. Okay, so as a recap for everything that we did in the month of April, this was week 1. You guys remember these? Okay, so this was week 1. And if you didn't catch this live, it is on the YouTube channel under Mirage Spa Education, and it would be Alcohol Inks week 1. This was Alcohol Inks week 2. Did all of that. So that just one turned out really, really great. And then this was Alcohol Inks week 3. That one also turned out pretty great. Once again, if you didn't catch these, you can catch them on Mirage Spa Education on YouTube. And then, of course, our final, which was this one. So our little nails that we did today. So that was week number 4. But because we are already in May, I want to make sure that we don't miss 1 week at all with getting ready for the entire month of May, which is all the basics of chrome. So with the basics of chrome, I have a black nail, and I'm going to paint a white nail. I had a white nail, but I saw that I knocked it as I was putting it into my lamp. How many of us have done that, right? So I just did black magic, or black on and white on. That's what these are. Super thin coats. And we're going to talk for just a moment about chrome. Now, for those of you that have been using chrome at home, sometimes it's important for us to go back to the basics. Have you been having problems getting it to stick? Are you having problems getting it to look nice and smooth and mirror-like? I don't know if anybody has any issues like that. We're going to answer all those questions, and then I'm going to show you a variety of ways to use chrome. Now, with the black nail and with white, with chrome anytime, you absolutely have to have a non-sticky surface, okay? But it has to be porous. So what that means is you can't use a hard gel, because a hard gel it's not sticky. You might have a non-sticky top coat that's a hard gel. Unfortunately, it's not porous. If it was porous, you'd be able to, soak it off, and you can't do that. So you need something that's porous. So I'm actually going to use Outshine. Okay, this is No Wipe gel top coat, and it is porous. It is soakable. So you need non-cleanse soakable. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and do a coat of this across our black. There we go. And I am going to do the exact same nail in black and white. And all it is I'm just going to show you guys how to ombre some chrome today. That's all we're going to do. Okay, but the basic is make sure that you have no little, pieces of nail filings or anything in there. So it's all nice and shiny, and you're using your non-cleanse top coat. And when I do this, I actually like to do just a 30-second cure. So we'll throw that in there for 30 seconds. Go ahead and do our outshine on this one. And I know that chrome has been around for a few years now. We know this. It's been, probably 6 or 7 years that chrome has been around, maybe 6 years. But it's also not going anywhere, and learning how to use it in a variety of ways is going to help you with your business and be able to make you more money in the salon. So I'll go ahead and trade out. Okay, so here's another tip that you guys need to know. As soon as you bring a nail out of the light, don't run your finger over it. You will inevitably give your nail fingerprints, okay? You need to make sure you let it cool down before you ever touch it. Okay, so we're going to use the same stacker. Okay, so this is the cat's eye stacker. We're not going to use it as a cat's eye today. We're just going to use it as a regular chrome, but it has 3 different colors. And they're all multi-shifting, which means that it will take on different colors. It might look, green from one direction or pink from another direction. So multi-shifting. So you can see all the different colors there. So we're going to take it on black first, okay? So we'll take this lighter color, and we're gonna kind of go in like a diagonal of that back and forth. Okay. That's on black. We'll do the same thing diagonal on white. Now I am using an applicator. It's just an eyeshadow applicator. Others have really found success using one of these. This is like the little silicone tool, okay? Which we could definitely do. We could take that, just like kind of burnish it in, okay? But we're gonna burnish it after we're done with our colors, okay? All right, so that is the first color. Just a little bit. Make sure you really like burnish it. I know that sounds funny, but just like really, really burnish it in. All right. Okay. Okay. So we'll move that one out of the way. Now we're going to do the top color, which is this one. And we're going to use this really pretty blue color. It's kind of like a peacock, or, when the cars started getting that really cool finish. Right, so here we go. Same. And Mindy, send me a personal message. Show me your nails. I would love to see them. Love, love, love. Also, if you guys are not following me on the Mirage Spa Education page, make sure that you go over to that page, like it. Mirage Spa Education is actually a school that is located in British Columbia. And I started working with them and I absolutely love them. They are a fantastic school. And I've been working with a lot of the students doing all kinds of different things. Okay. So that, I mean, that right there just looks pretty awesome, right? Right. And then we're going to move that one out of the way. And then the last one will be this really pretty pink color. So I'm just going to use the other side. Now, as it comes across that center where it has met up with that really pretty turquoisey color, we're actually going to do circular motions so that we can get it to kind of blend with those different colors. Okay. So there's not like a huge dividing line. And then we're going to grab our silicone tool and we're going to burnish, burnish, burnish. We're just really just going to push that in really good, okay? See how cool that was? There's no dividing lines. It's nice and blended together real beautifully. Okay, so that's on black. Now let's see what it does on white. Same here. Burnish, burnish, burnish. Now what I like, you could do this, of course, for just like a base nail if you wanted, or you could just, like you could wear this is what I'm saying. Like you could just wear this out because it's rockin', or you could use it as the base for your artwork. So. All right, move that out of the way. Ignore all of the dust on the bottom. Okay, and then we'll grab our tool and we will be burnishing again. So what you can see is now the difference between a black nail and a white nail. So here we go. Okay. Very similar. You know, we wanted the finish to be similar, but this one is much lighter and this one is much darker. Okay. So we are going to be doing a lot of really cool projects for the next several weeks. Every Monday we'll be doing our Mani Mondays, except for maybe Memorial Day. We'll probably have to rearrange maybe something in there. I guess we'll see. We'll talk about it, right? But we are going to do the entire month of nothing but chrome. I'm going to show you a lot of really, really great things that we can do with chrome. So before I let you go, I do want to talk about something really awesome. So I'm going to put my stuff away and I'm going to talk to you real quick. So if you did not know, Cheryl Thibault, the owner of Mirage Spa Education, of that school, she has just released a book about if a career in the beauty industry is for you. And not only has she written, the book, but she's also had contributing authors. And I'm one of the contributing authors. Oh, so that book is right now on pre-order. And we're actually offering a free ebook right now. And that ebook, you can actually get it by going to, if you go to the website, it's Miss Cheryl. Let's see here. Yeah, misscheryl.com is the website. And if you want the free ebook, you can email her. It's Cheryl@misscheryl.com, and you can get that free ebook. And then, of course, go and pre-order this book about if a career in the beauty industry is for you. Now, obviously, you guys are here because you're in the beauty industry already. But, when you're able to connect with people professionally that have different aspects of the industry and it's at your disposal, you can sit and read very big names in the industry have contributed to the book. And I'm really excited for you guys to read it and to see that. So please don't forget to get your free ebook to start. So Cheryl@misscheryl.com, that would be the email you'd send and be like, hey, I need the free book. Okay. And I'm trying to think if there was anything else. Oh, Ursula. Okay, you were asking about Chrome suggestions. Okay, so we're going to be using a variety of Chromes. So I will put together a list of some. Of course, you're going to need black polish, white polish, gel polish, and then a top coat such as Outshine. You can get those things in Canada from nailtechstore.ca, or if you're in the US, Profiles Backstage, and they can get you set up with a variety of chromes. And I know that's also something that we have. We have a variety of chromes in Canada as well. And we have all accents, top coats, and things like that. So you will be well cared for, but I will put together a list so that everybody knows what they need so that we can start spending some time on Mondays doing some nail art. And don't forget, I can't wait for you guys to see. Yes, let me type these links. Absolutely. Give me just 2 seconds here. I'm going to go ahead and cure this so you can see what that top coat looks like. Isn't that awesome? So that's just super basic. So I don't know if there's anything that you learned. Hopefully you learned something, right? So let's see here. So how do I type in the comments? Oh, okay. So Cheryl @Miss Cheryl. So that is the email. I just typed that in there. Okay, great. I'm super excited. And let me go ahead and send it up here as well. So this is where you can get that free ebook. Cheryl @Miss Cheryl. Okay, there's that one. And let me give this to everybody. All right, there we go. There's that. And then also, is there a top coat not to use on chrome? No, you know what? We will talk about that definitely through the next month as we go through our chrome month, because it's not the top coat that you use over it, it's what you use under it that's so important. So what you use under it obviously is going to be something that is, for example, like Outshine. So this is what I like to use that. Just ignore the bottle. My goodness, my poor bottles just really get beat up. I'll have to reach out to Amy and Tracy. Yes, and the shiny and matte both do look really cool as you are finishing your nails. There's a lot that we're going to be playing with over the next few weeks. So I'll put together a list for everybody. But these are the nails that we completed today. Looks so good. These are the ones that we completed over the whole last month. And this is where we are starting out for our new month. So here we go. So thank you guys so much for joining me, everybody in all the places. I really appreciate you so much. And let me send you, this is Profiles Backstage.com. That is where you can get them in the US. And for Canada, it's nailtechstore.ca. All right, so there we go. And I'll put those up here too. So it's nailtechstore.ca. All right. Okay, and don't forget to email Cheryl@misscheryl.com to get that book, okay? Yes, and I will add the group. Oh, absolutely. So the group is Mirage Spa Education. And that is going to be on YouTube for the last several weeks. Actually, I think there's probably 8 or 10 or maybe even 12 videos that I've put up there. So on YouTube, and then also the group. So if you go to Mirage Spa Education on Facebook, it's going to be the members only. So you will see that. Go ahead and request it and I will approve you. So you're set. All right, everybody. Thank you so much. Happy Monday. And we will see you guys in 7 days. Send me messages if you have any questions, okay? We'll talk to you soon.